Good evening, everybody. We call the meeting of the Liberty County Board of Commissioners to order. Mr. Brown has a meeting been properly advertised.
Yes, sir, it is.
Am I missing Mr.
He's not here.
Parker? Yeah, he'll be on his way, okay. Pastor Hayes is here. He will lead us in an invocation and a pledge. Please stand now for the invocation and the pledge of allegiance.
Good evening, Commissioners. Let us go before the Lord in prayer. Most gracious and Heavenly Father, we are so thankful on tonight for all the many blessings that you bestowed upon us. And we ask now that you would just continue to bless this meeting as it goes forth and celebrate the lives of those that have contributed so much to Liberty County and the surrounding area. We thank you that in this season we're able to give you thanks and appreciate you. We ask now that you just have your way in this meeting on tonight and that you bless your people in a mighty way. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. Our agenda now calls for awards and recognitions. Most of you know in the audience are familiar, but for those of you who are observing us through Facebook or YouTube, whatever that media is, normally we would have a big holiday luncheon where we recognize retirees and people for various levels of service to the county. So because of COVID, we had to restructure this, but we're happy to be able to do this incrementally. So tonight, we're going to start our awardees with our retirees. Is that right, Mr. Brown?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Several folk who have devoted several years of their life to this county, and we want to recognize them for their service. So right now, we turn it over to Mr. Brown and the committee.
Yes, sir, I guess it is a little bit different, so bear with us. What we'd like to do is, Mr. Mosley's going to yield the camera. We're live on Facebook, of course, so don't say anything you really don't mean, because it'll be recorded. And we'll see it. So at this time, what we'll do, we'll start with the least number of service, we'll work our way up, and if the retiree will come forward then. Ms. Chairman, I know you indicated you wanted the commissioners to come down, so we've got everything lined up. So I'll hand it to you. You can pass it along. We'll distance the best we can, and have a great time.
All right, Commissioners, let's go down and receive our retiree.
Joey, I am online.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Chairman, the first retiree we'd like to recognize is Miss Evelyn Jackson. 12 years. The next person's here with us, you know very well. Did all the AV stuff here for you for a while and a lot of other stuff. And that's Robert Sprinkle. Bob Sprinkle.
Turn around. Turn around.
I thought you was in charge.
No.
Smart man, smart man.
Our next recipient, I would say had a howling good time when he was here, because he ran the animal control department for us, and that's Randy Durrance. Randy has 21 years of service.
Bulldog, come on and get your
Take it out of the box. Well, it's, you know, so, there is a gift in there, and it also includes a plaque for service. We didn't want to pull all those out, but just so you know, what everybody's receiving tonight. The next person, while she wasn't the director in this department, she is the one that kept the department director straight. And every time that we call down there and say, how's everything in that department? It was a standard. It's the best department in the county. Everything's working efficiently. And that's Ms. Denise Airy. Denise worked in the department and kept Jimmy Martin and all his crew straight. The only fault we could ever find with her, Mr. Chairman, is like the finance director, she was a Gator fan. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they are.
We're having a retirement breakfast in the morning, all y'all need to be here about 7. If you'll meet us here, got a little work detail we're gonna do. Wait on us. Yeah, I know, yeah, wait on, yeah, I got it. The next lady did keep some folks in line too. It included 7 commissioners, a county administrator, and an assistant county administrator. And, she did this for 25 years, Miss Debbie Whitehurst.
Very cat.
They keep bragging on her.
There you go.
Thank you.
Well, that is good. One more.
These next 2 guys, you know, there are a lot of people on TV that are like Buck and Jeff gang, and you got a lot of folks that ran together. These 2 guys were in here for a long time, and they were together, and they are the ones that kept Jerry straight. So, you know, as I think about it, there's a lot of these folks in here. The first one to recognize is Donovan McMillan. Donovan was here for 36 years. He's lived and figured it out.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I got you. Got it.
Comes down to, and this guy says that Donovan's just getting old, there's really nothing wrong with his ankle. I think I've got this guy's date of birth here, as a matter of fact, if we want to talk about it. He must have started when he was 14, but no. Paul Miller. Paul, and Paul was with us for 39 years.
Wow.
Oh, you must start when you was like 14.
That's what Paul told me to say.
I was even in the Army for 3 years. Good genes.
I'm smaller, you can't tell.
And I do want to mention some others, even though they're not with us, Ms. Chairman. Michael Oglesby, Michael was here 17 years. Everett Mitchell, who was in the road department, was here 22 years. Yvonne McGee, who actually worked out in child support, was here 23 years. Gerald Binkley, worked for 27 years. Pause and see if that's somebody coming in. I think this is the lady I was just talking about. Yes, come on.
Come on up, Yvonne.
I was standing on the stairs.
I had just, this, Mr. Chairman, is the lady I just mentioned that worked in child support for so long. This is Yvonne McGee. Gonna let you come right up here. I'm gonna let you also pause for a picture. It's good to see you. I couldn't recognize you behind the mask. You were, that was real perfect. Yvonne, I think probably your former boss is watching on Facebook. She told me she was gonna watch today. And then the person that actually had the longest years of service that retired this year, who's not with us tonight, who ran the election department for was in the election department of the county for 46 years, Miss Ella Golden. So, Miss Ella, I have all of you.
Congratulations to all, to each of you, in your service. County runs so, the county runs so very well. As commissioners, we are, how do you say, we rest assured that, county's in good hands. You all are at your different positions. Pray that you pass the baton on to people who will come behind you and help to keep the county's status where it is. It's nothing more encouraging than knowing that we get very few phone calls, all right? When it comes from county functions, so that's only because of what you have done for your service to the county. And it goes highly appreciated, much, much appreciated. So thank you, you can big ol' hug each one of you, and we can't hug right now. And enjoy your retirement. Please, be safe.
We look at a lot of things, I said this before, try to state something, we're gonna try to do some service awards in the spring, if we're allowed to. The problem was trying to group 50 people or more together, and so we'll be back in touch so we can do that. We're gonna have an outdoor barbecue or do something outdoors, so. Thank you all for coming. Enjoy your retirement.
How's it going?
Is she really retired?
Okay.
All right. All right.
Okay,
Let's say Pat.
Hey, bud. Hey,
Hey, Pat.
Buster, hey, Connie. You know, Buster Robinson down in Fleming? Buster Robinson.
Yeah, that happened.
Anyway, he
Oh,
asked
they are?
that mulch.
Oh, okay, some more's out there?
yeah, these,
Common sense. Y'all still do the mulching?
Okay, okay.
now, next will be the people at Dennis office at Midway that rescue people from car supervisors, basically. Also coming at the same time, middle of the historical.
Okay,
Then we'll be done with the presentations.
okay.
Joey,
Yeah, but what does he want, some mulch?
everybody out
Yeah,
there?
he's wanting some
Waiting on somebody.
I was gonna ask y'all had it, what he, all you gotta do is bring his truck out there?
Yeah, he brings.
Who was the person?
He's still off of 196?
Yeah.
Way back there. What's the main road he turns off of?
You know what? I know he was driving a military truck. I remember seeing the tag.
Moving
I
well.
remember seeing the tag when it burned up.
I'll tell him tomorrow.
Give us the.
They hadn't got both of them out. And I turned the
All
car.
right, will do. That's what I'll do.
Tell him to call me before he comes and I'll
One of them had a gas leak,
What are we doing here? The awards?
so it just burst.
Yeah, both of them.
Okay.
Bob.
Head on.
A lot of action. I don't know, I think I was leaving. Everything. So if they hadn't snatched him out,
That's one thing I thought that would turn out to see.
Chairman.
Congratulations, y'all enjoy it. Yes, enjoy it.
Pat, one day we'll be able to retire, right?
Me? I got one more week, I'm retiring. We're gonna have a celebration.
He said, he don't know what you're talking about. He out in a week. You can let them know you saw the pictures.
He talks about it.
Retire from this. If I could make it out of here, trees, I'm ready. All right, yes, you did get that burning now on, yeah. I'll give you a call tomorrow. I think I'm gonna be in Hinesville tomorrow. You work? I'll give you.
No, I'm not sick, Pat.
You just don't feel good?
Come on, let's go.
Yeah, I'm right here paying attention.
Okay.
I've been listening to the presentation, and congratulations to everybody that their years of service.
Mr. Chairman, I guess, Christmas is a good time to recognize a lot of things, and recognize retirees is just one. At this time, there are some folks that really, Chief Darby came to me and said, you know what? He said, if it wouldn't have been for some folks that you're fixing to recognize right now, there would have been some lives lost in the county. And so, you know, we set it up, and ironically enough, I come by the table today, and the newspaper, from the headline happened to be there. And it says, dental staff saves man from car fire. And so at this time, I'm gonna call on Chief Darby, if that's okay, to come up and, give an introduction as to this recognition you're fixing to give out.
Commissioners, I appreciate you giving me some time tonight. Tonight is about 3 individuals who stepped up in a period of 6 minutes. 6 minutes from the time the call came in to the time a fire truck got on scene. That's with everybody's vision for county fire service. 6 minutes was great. In that 6 minutes, a lot could have changed due to the severity of this accident. 3 gentlemen who have nothing to do in the immediate emergency medicine of public safety, but who do work in the healthcare profession, being the dental office, heard the accident, jumped into action, and rescued a man who was in a burning vehicle. And when I talk about a burning vehicle, this vehicle was actively on fire, and the gentleman was not able to get out on his own accord. These 3 gentlemen not only helped one patron who was entrapped in a vehicle, but they also helped move another patron in the second vehicle away from that vehicle to a safe area. They called 911, they provided basic life support, made sure that they were alert, stayed conscious, even down to making sure that they weren't moving their neck just in case of the traumatic accident. I know 6 minutes doesn't sound like a lot, but 6 minutes and what these 3 gentlemen did saved a life. I will tell you, by the time that the fire crews got there, in that 6 minutes, that vehicle was fully involved on fire. So had these 3 gentlemen not gotten there, not acted, not been heroes, we would have had a patron or somebody crossing through Liberty County who would have perished. So with that, I would like to recognize Mr. Thad Jackson.
This is really nice. You guys didn't have to do all that. Camera's behind you. My Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
One of Dr. Jackson's right-hand men, especially on that day, Mr. Gunn McIntosh.
God's really nice.
The third gentleman, Mr. McCray Spivey, he can't be with us tonight, but this was the third gentleman there who also helped out as Dr. Jackson come up and receive it on his behalf.
Thank you. I'll make sure he gets this.
Commissioner, I thank you again for your time. This is just the growing point of what you guys have allowed to go through with fire service, and I thank you every single day, and I hope I'm not failing you. And this is the type of recognition that we want to get out, is people doing good things. So thank you very much.
Let me say this, Chairman, if you don't mind, Dr. Jackson. Your office was noted for pulling teeth. Yes, sir. But your office is now noted for pulling people to safety. Right?
Mr. Chairman, the next group of folks we'd like to recognize, as you know, the commissioners and citizens, 2 sales taxes ago, authorized money in the special purpose sales tax program for historical cultural purposes. At that time, A lot of historical agencies in town and cultural agencies in town had really no way of doing any kind of capital improvements for those folks. So through those efforts of the citizens and commission and other elected officials, that became something on the sales tax ballot that was approved. And this time, we're in our second round now of applications that were received in that program, and the folks that you will recognize tonight are recipients of funds for various projects in those programs. The first one we'd like to recognize is Liberty County Historical Society. We will need a group photo with you guys there. I think we'll be able to do that. We're gonna be planning a little press coverage on it. The next agency, I think everybody remembers, Ms. Pat and Mr. Jim Cody, who were so good to come and get stuff started here. They are a recipient again this year, for the Geechee Kunda. And on their behalf, Ms. Sabrina Newby, who is helping, Ms. Pat and them with that project. And a good thing to note too is all of these recipients have been recipients before, and so they keep improving the projects that are out there for sustainability. The next group we'd like to recognize is Hinesville DDA. Michelle Ricketts.
Fencing up around her jail.
We need to do a ribbon cutting, Chairman. We worked hard on that. We prayed over it a lot. Thanks, sir. And this is crush and run for Bryant Commons, so that the roads are not just a mud pit. So that's what this is. Thank you. Ray is gonna help. Ray's gonna, your grader operator. You're helping me.
Ms. Poole cannot be with us tonight from the Chamber and Arts Council
Sorry.
and CVB. And so we have someone here on her behalf that's going to receive all these. So it'll be the Liberty County Chamber of Commerce, the Hinesville Arts Council, and also the CVB.
We'll do yours first, then, okay?
Okay.
Ready? Commissioner, while she's going around too, there were a couple of agencies that weren't able to make it tonight that are recipients and will be recognized when we do the story on it. One is the Midway Museum of parking improvements they're doing down there, and the other is the Glenn Bryant Foundation. So we'll note that in our article. If we could just do a quick group photo for that, please, if you don't mind. For those folks that are here.
Joey, you want me to take them right over
Come on in, it's all right, you can ask.
Tighten up now, y'all gonna have to get close, right? Or we can't do, well, they got masks on, so we can tighten up.
All right, we get everybody facing us.
I was waiting on you.
Oh, nobody's gonna see it. Chicken. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. For that one. Ooh, let's see.
There you go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'll make sure.
Back in the day.
Many years.
No, sir, you're good.
I will let you do that.
Really? So you don't get out of the house? Sorry, Eddie. I'm just curious about your well-being.
It is.
Come on, Pat.
Commissioner Stevens reminded me that the general audience may not know that those funds that we just gave to the historical sites are from our SPOS account. So that SPOS works well for us. He says it's the 1 penny that works very well for us. So Liberty County, we're proud of ourselves that money that we receive from sales taxes are able to enhance our historical sites so that when visitors come to our community, they can see our sites looking good as we enhance them from year to year and from SPOS to PLOS. So thank you again for your SPOS contributions. All right, sir. Our minutes for November would require our approval.
Chair, I make a motion that we accept the minutes as presented.
Second.
Motion second, we approve the November minutes. Any further discussion? All in favor will raise your right hands, please. Those opposed? Thank you.
See if Commissioner Walden was still with us.
Yeah, I've raised my hand.
Okay. I didn't see it, I'm sorry.
All right.
Far left.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Gardner is not coming with his LCPC report.
Yes, sir, and I believe the first item is a rezoning that you'll need to go into public.
Okay, Chair, entertain a motion to go into public hearing.
Second.
Motion and second to go into public hearing. All in favor, raise your right hand, please. We're now in public hearing for rezoning request.
Thank you, Commissioners. All right, so this is a rezoning petition and a conditional use application. So this is going to be two actions, but they're part of the same thing. But we are going to do two separate votes for those actions. So first thing is the rezoning. So this is submitted by Joshua and Russell Guyette, the owners who are here with us. This is a petition to operate a truck terminal on Highway 196 West. The property is currently zoned AR1 for agricultural residential, and it's a 10-acre portion that they're proposing to rezone to B2 for general commercial. I'll show you on a map what that portion looks like. The property across the street is the JK&T Tire, and it's further identified as parcel 36D10, located in District 3. It doesn't currently have an address. This is a picture of our sign and our public notification. So just to give you an idea of where we are, this is the church field right here. This is where that new Wind Electric facility is right there, and this is right across the street. If y'all remember, we actually just rezoned, I think 2 months ago, the property right over here to commercial as well. There is, this is the whole property here, but what we're looking at rezoning is just this front 10-acre portion of the property, the part alongside the Highway 196. So this map here is just to give you guys an idea. There is a pretty deep ditch running the entire way across this way here on the front. There is an access lane built in there already, but it is will probably need maintenance. But there is an access point into this property already. But just to let y'all know where this ditch is, we have spoke to Mr. Guyette, and he said that they've got the wetlands delineated and straightened out, which they will need to do before any paving or any work like that. So again, this is just the zoning map, and I'm kind of just outlining the portion that we're talking about rezoning. surrounded by AR1 here, but we've got a lot of B2 across the street right there. So, we don't think that's spot zoning. It's right across the way from commercial stuff. So from Mr. Guyette, we plan to operate a pay-to-park lot for tractor trailers and other commercial vehicles. We want to rezone 10 acres from AR1 to B2. The conditional use for a commercial truck terminal, we are planning for rock and gravel parking lot, asphalt millings, crushed concrete, or crush and run stone. I'll get to the paving bit in a moment. So as far as our rezoning assessment, the comprehensive plan has designated this parcel for the mixed-use urban corridor, so that does include commercial uses. So this is in compliance with the comprehensive plan. The property is surrounded on 3 sides by anywhere from between 70 feet to 300 feet of vegetative buffer, and then the other side is Highway 196. I can bring that back to a map for you in a moment. There is a commercial building right across the street. This rezoning would not likely cause detriment to neighboring parcels. Let me jump back just a bit here. So that's probably better. So on this side, we have about 300 feet of vegetative buffer. Now, I do want to note that that buffer is on an adjacent parcel, but this is a very large buffer here. This is a daycare center over here. So this is about 300 feet, and then on this side, between the parking lot here and then the church over here, that's about a 70-foot buffer, and that is on their property. Most of the property is not in a flood zone, but a portion in the back of the parcel is in flood zone A. That was the picture I showed you earlier. That little splotch of blue in the back corner is a flood zone. I'll jump back to it quickly. There's your flood zone right over here. That's not where, we're talking about this area up at the front. There's also a 50-foot drainage easement running across the front and the sides of the property, which were indicated there in blue as well. Preliminary maps indicate that the entire property might be wetlands. That has to be delineated, which, again, Mr. Guyette has said has been done. So, that, again, is just part of our standard conditions, has to be done before any construction is done. So our, let's see here. Our recommendation is approval with standard conditions. And so, again, this is just for the rezoning. We were just talking about rezoning that 10-acre portion from AR1 to B2. So I'll answer any questions now.
Okay. If you will, I know this is just a rezoning, just for my education.
Yes, sir.
Since you mentioned the wetlands, so even if you put down asphalt or gravel, you still have to delineate wetlands?
I believe so. Jeff, is that right?
Yes, you can't develop in the wetlands. You have to have them delineated so you know where they are and stay out of them.
So it's cheaper just to stay out of them?
Yes.
Okay.
Very much cheaper.
I just need to be educated on that. I thought it was either building in a hard surface like asphalt, not if you put gravel or rock, Because to me, that really doesn't really change.
Yeah, it's possible to develop and go into mitigation and bank wetlands, but it's usually not worth it to do that.
Yeah.
Well, you can just stay out of them.
Okay, all right.
Yes,
Let me go to you first, since it's your
yes,
district.
yes, Mr. Chairman, it is in my district. And I was just wondering, Mr. Guyette, he owns all the parcel, he's just doing the front 10 acres, is
Yes,
that
ma'am.
correct? Okay. And also, was there any other folks that came to the zoning meeting that were in opposition?
We didn't have anyone attend the meeting in opposition. I had a call, I think, pretty much right after I placed the sign down from a Miss Rose Wells, who was, I think, 2 lots down, who didn't seem happy with it, but she didn't follow up and didn't come to the meeting, so.
Okay. Well, there's no doubt we have talked up here on several occasions about a trucking area because we have a lot of truck drivers in Liberty County, and a good, safe place for them to park. And I just appreciate the fact that the Guyettes have trying to make that work out for them, because they definitely need a place to park.
Yes, ma'am.
It's much needed in this area. So,
Commissioner Stevens?
any,
We'll come-
No,
I'm sorry.
If you could go back to the map, I'm just trying to just get oriented as to
Sure.
where it actually is. I mean, I'm on 196, from the
Alright.
DA's office to Griffin Park. Is it in between there?
It's actually past Griffin Park. You
Past
can
Griffin
see,
Park.
yeah, there's Miles Crossing right
Between
here.
Griffin Park and Live Oak Church Road?
Hmm. Yes, sir.
I thought it was a big pond or something over there, well, big rock bed. Where is it, Russell? On the other side, on the other side. Oh,
Oh,
okay,
yeah, Mill
okay.
Pond, yeah.
By the mill pond? Okay, okay. That's all I need, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
You had a question? No? Okay. All right.
I guess I'm right-handed, see? Going out that way, everything to the right, I don't even know, but it's on the right when I come back in. I got it, okay.
Is that all you have for the rezoning, sir?
Sorry, sir?
Is that all you have for the rezoning request?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Mr. Chairman, I would make a motion that we approve the.
Joey, do we
rezone-
need to come out of,
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think it's fine to go ahead and vote in there, yes, sir.
vote in there?
We'll come out
Go
and,
ahead.
we'll come out and do, the other one.
Okay. Go ahead. Make your motion then.
Yes, sir. Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve the recommendation from the rezoning of 2020-042-LC with the standard conditions.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Commissioner Walden, you there?
I'm here.
All right, so
I'm in favor of it.
make sure you have.
Did you raise your hand?
All in favor, raise your right hand.
I've got my hands up.
All right. I'm like Commissioner Fifth, I'm proud to see a place that's coming that truck drivers can have to use for a parking lot, because
Sure do.
Man, you don't,
It's needed.
I see a lot of them parked in people's front yards, the cabs anyway.
Yeah.
You know, so it's good to have a place where it's set aside so they can do that.
when me and Pat retire, we'll have a place to park our truck when we're
There you go.
trucking business.
Bring that loader down.
Mr. Walden has a question, I think, Mr.
Yes, yes, sir, Mr. Walden, Commissioner Walden?
I just wanted to say, after I read that in the packet that was sent to us, that's got a turning lane there where a lot of other places around where these trucks are at, there's not a turning lane, so it's definitely gonna be an advantage, and it's close to 15th Street where those trucks that spend the night to go into that gate on the Fort Stewart, so, I think it's gonna be good, and I know Mr. Guy grew up in that neighborhood, and he wouldn't do anything that would downgrade that at all, so, like I said, I am in favor of it.
All right.
I think, sir. Next,
We just,
Yes.
can we go back out?
chair to go out and
For the conditional use.
out of public hearing and into regular session, please. A motion.
So move.
Second? Second, all in favor, raise your right hand. All right, back in regular session, all right.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, so this is the conditional use to accompany that as per your ordinance. So rezoning petition and conditional use, we've already gone through this, but the conditional use is required in B2 zoning to operate a truck terminal, so.
Okay.
This is our consideration, which I've summed up here. The operation of a truck terminal on the site would likely not have adverse effects on the surrounding properties. There is an existing truck operation in site, and this action would bring that existing business into compliance. There's an existing 70-foot buffer on one side, as I said before, and a 300-foot buffer on the adjacent daycare property on the other side. As per standard conditions and the building code, the owner will have to delineate the wetlands on the property before paving, just reiterating. And the parking area is required by ordinance to be either concrete or asphalt pavement. The applicant is requesting to be able to use asphalt millings, crushed concrete, or crush and run stone. So a waiver from the Board of Commissions will be required to allow these alternative materials. So what that means for y'all is that if you would like to grant this waiver, when you make the motion for this conditional approval, you would just make it either with the waiver or without the waiver. So our staff recommendation is approval for this conditional use.
All right, Commissioner Thrift.
Yes, sir. Mr. Chairman, I would make the motion that we approve it with those special conditions with the waiver.
Okay?
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion second, we approve the recommendation with the waiver, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All in favor, raise your right hand, please. It's approved. Thank you, Commissioner Walden.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you all so much.
I got mine up.
We know you.
Y'all have a good night. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
gentlemen.
Thank you.
I know, I saw Mr. Trent Long. He's back there?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Engineering was Trent Long.
Yes, he's not making it tonight, right?
He's back there.
He's here.
You just couldn't see him.
Yes, sir, I'll try to be brief.
On Third Street, we have a discharge that goes between two houses. We talked about a little bit at the mid-month meeting, where it's kind of hard to maintain, and the road superintendent would like us to go ahead and do a little bit of improvements through there. What we're gonna try to do is do a clean so that it can be easily maintained back through there. The price for that is $28,870. We're doing this through a change order from Sykes Brothers. We did look at piping it, and our cost for piping it was between $38,000 and $40,000. So we chose the option with the flume instead of the pipe. Felt like it would still accomplish the goal of being able to maintain it and facility. And actually, it may work out a little bit better. So what I'd like to do is bring this up to your attention for approval.
All right, who owns this road?
Pat Bowen.
Mr. Bowen.
Commissioner Bowens? Yep. This is one of your projects, the Third Street?
Third Street?
Yes, sir.
What about Third Street?
They're just doing a change order to
Yeah, drainage.
pay,
Yeah.
to pay
What
between
was the
people's
total we
house.
come up with?
$28,870.
I'm ready.
Motion, I'll
I'm ready.
approve that change.
Okay. Commissioner Boyd makes the motion. There's a second.
Second.
Motion and a second. Change order for $28,870, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, for Third Street. Any further discussion? Everybody clear? All right, all in favor, raise your right hand, please, or say aye.
Aye.
And Commissioner,
There you go.
I believe Commissioner Frazier's on also now.
Yeah.
And he-
Oh, I heard it. I
Unanimous.
heard it. All right,
Yeah, I said aye.
yeah. Thank you, sir. Next, sir.
The second one is an item that we talked a little bit at the mid-month meeting as well, with Smiley Loop Road. What we've prepared for you in your package, you should have a drawing, looks similar to this. It shows the areas that we want to, that Commissioner Stevens would like to get accepted for maintenance. The asphalt's in good shape. Most of the ditches are being maintained by the property owners in that area, and it looks pretty good. Down around the corner, got a little vegetation to clean up, but other than that, it's in good shape. So, you want to,
This is
whatever
where we-
action that the commissioners would like to take.
What we discussed last meeting, sir?
Right.
Yeah, okay. All right. All right, it's our engineer's recommendation. Commissioner Stevens, you want to add anything to what he's presenting?
No, sir.
So you're saying, sir, everything's up to par that the county will be in,
Able to maintain it, yes, sir.
to maintain? All
It's
right.
not the little section, I don't want to do the section in the back.
I remember
Doesn't
you
have to.
said you're gonna stop at that point, okay? All right, now listen, we're not gonna make anybody mad when we stop, are we? On that,
I don't think they, no, sir,
okay, all right,
not that I'm aware of.
all right. All right, Commissioner Stevens?
I'll make a motion that we accept Smiley Hall Road for maintenance
Okay,
as outlined by the county engineer.
thank you, sir. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and second, we'll accept the Smiley Loop Road presentation for maintenance as has been identified and approved by our county engineer with the collaboration of Commissioner Stevens. Any further discussion? There being none, all in favor, raise your hand or say aye.
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 I heard you. All right, the motion passes, sir.
If I can give you just one point of information this afternoon too. We took bids on Yeoman's Road today,
Did you?
and our low bidder was around $635.
See first
So
one?
much less than what we were expecting. Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're going back and checking quantities and checking everything.
Hey,
635.
don't say that number out no more.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
what, I think the other thing you failed,
is.
Commissioner Gilliard was at that opening, and he's already requested the remainder of the money.
Yeah, oh, yeah, no doubt about that.
Yes, sir. We're checking all the quantities and we're checking
Yeah.
all their prices, to make sure that we don't have something that's kind of going walkers. But the price of asphalt was more than $20 a ton, less than what we received 2 weeks ago.
Got more than that.
Wow.
Hey, Mr. Chairman, I have a question.
Keep them back.
We finished with that Smiley?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Trent, where are we with the list of roads that you and I and Mayor Baker from Walthamville looked at? Is it in does Walthamville have to do something? I know you.
Yeah, they
and
were
I-
writing, they're supposed to get a letter over to you to do that.
Okay.
Yes, sir, that's what I remember too.
I will call,
I catch Larry in the morning.
All right, well, I'll touch base with Shauna too, that way we'll
Okay,
hit it from
yeah,
both ends.
I know we had started about it.
We did.
Talked about it and put the list together. I just want us to do something similar with that so that we can give them what they need.
Yep. There were some roads, I believe, or not to prolong this, there were some roads, if I remember right, some that they were not gonna end up trying to
right.
accept. There were some they needed to get the right of way on before
Right,
they
right, yeah.
recommended, and there were some they already had it on, so.
Yeah.
That's right, that's right.
Yeah.
Trent,
And also, that's the one that was involving that subdivision that's in my district, right on the corner. What's that subdivision called? Across from Bakerson Baptist Church.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
I
about.
can see.
Oh,
the-
Hampton Ridge? No, yeah, Hampton.
Yeah, it's Hampton
the
Ridge.
old one, Hampton Ridge?
It's a dirt road in there?
No,
No,
they,
this is all paved
wanted,
roads,
they
they
wanted
just
that
never been-
subdivision to be taken over. That was on that list too.
Yeah, all those just never been accepted, they've never been asked to be accepted from Walterville to,
Right.
for road department to add them to their list.
Okay.
They're just not on the list, so we just need to get them on the list.
Trent, those three that I talked to you about, Mountain Gum Branch deal,
I got
The-
prices on those.
yeah, did you want me to stop by tomorrow? Or you want me to call you in the morning?
Yes, ma'am. I actually had it done before Thanksgiving, and I
Yeah.
don't think I emailed it to you.
No.
I will email those numbers to you tomorrow, and I'll give you.
Okay, and you've got it platted out as how far those roads?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
the
ma'am.
length of
I
them?
do.
Okay,
Yes.
you'll get that to me.
I'll get that to you, and we'll be in good shape.
All right.
Will you have that Yilma's Road, I know you're gonna go back over everything and,
We'll bring it in the mid-month meeting.
okay, all right, okay. All right.
But
Yeah,
Melvin
when
Lane,
it's that much difference from what I thought my budget was, I check everything.
Well, I'll tell you what, if it stays that same, don't bring a price back. Just say everything's okay. Because I know somebody will probably want a refund.
It's going on as we speak.
Yes, sir.
When do you think the start date would be on Mount Olivet, roughly? I know it's already been approved.
Yes, sir. We're in the process of getting the contract signed. The plant is the asphalt plant closes down between Thanksgiving and Christmas, so they'll probably start first week or so in January. Somewhere in that neighborhood. They'll get it all squared away and done.
Okay.
So, but we've got the contracts ready.
Okay, I got it.
They're getting the bonds and all pulled together,
I
and we'll
got
get
it.
it back. So,
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Long, I know you don't have anything to do with this, but the contractor that's out there doing 84, if we ever run across them for a bid,
yes, sir. I already know what you're gonna say, and I'm right there with you. I understand.
they have made a mess out there at people's driveways and everything else, and they're taking their own sweet time, coming back, trying to repair it, leaving hills and everything else for people to cross over.
That's a GDOT resurfacing.
It's a, yes, GDOT, but I'm just saying, it's Liberty County,
Yeah, that's right.
but
That's right.
I think Commissioner Gillett got a couple of phone calls on it, and I got a couple of phone calls on it, and we just had to explain, it's not the county doing it, it was the
And-
state.
And I've also complained to the district engineer about it.
Right, and you ride that road in certain spots, you feel like you hit a hump every now and then. So keep that company in mind.
Yes, sir. No, I completely
I'm
understand.
not ashamed to say it.
No, I'll send an email over there.
one other thing, Mr. Chairman, Trent, and Melvin Lane looks great. I went down there over the weekend. Either way, a little longer, I was gonna have the name changed to Old Melvin Lane. But it looks real good. It looks real good.
Wait till
And-
after the census count.
Yeah, you probably end up with it. But, Joey, and I guess we need to talk about that. You know, when we got these dirt roads and, you know, we go in and we spend the money and we pave them. And that comes off our dirt road inventory. But you got curb and gutter, and if we don't come up with some kind of sweeping schedule, maybe once a month, maybe once a quarter, but those gutters are gonna be, it'll eventually be a dirt road again with sand on it. So
Right.
we could get with Clinton and see what he needs. I know manpower and equipment is always what you need in public works, but that's something that we need to look at. I've paved 3, Spencer Garland, Turning Point, and now Melvin. And, a sweeping every now and then. They were once dirt, and we graded them on a regular basis. Now they are paved, and there's still some maintenance required.
Right.
Not grading, but a periodic sweep.
Right.
You know, even
Right.
right down by Miss Gloria's house,
Right, Walthour Road.
And Robinson Circle.
Robinson Circle and Stevens Road down in
All of them
Sunbury.
that's got curb and gutter need to have some kind of maintenance. It don't have to be swept like we do the streets in Hinesville every 7 days. But we do need to go out there based on traffic and do some sweeping once every 2 months or whatever. But we do need to have a regular schedule
For sweeping.
be maintenance in place of the grading.
That would help
Something
with
to
the
think about.
situation that we have with Majestic Lane with all the pollution gets out in the woods too. If we're able to get some of it up as we go along.
Commissioner Garrett, I'll get with him tomorrow. and then
Okay.
we'll have it By mid-month.
Okay,
We can have that.
yeah, okay, good.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Y'all have a great night.
All right, Trent.
Thank you.
Mr. Brown,
Where's my cake?
Yeah, it's cake time.
Yeah, where's my cake?
Joey,
Okay, all right.
Joey.
Yes, sir.
Picked up all the flour yesterday.
You heard him, Facebook. You heard him, Facebook.
I look forward to that cake every year.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We'll have them for you.
thank you.
But that,
sir.
just in case, Trent, that's the 17th. Okay, all right, okay.
Hey, Commissioner Walden, Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Walden?
Yeah, I just wanted to, of course, I heard Commissioner Stevens talking about those DOT projects and all, and he and I have talked about a project which is there, up from Spencer Golden Lane on Tyson Road. It's not a paved road. It's a crushed asphalt road, but the ditches do not drain because they're blocked at Highway 84. And I know Trent and I have talked about it, Commissioner Stevens and I have talked about it,
All right.
and I think we're getting a lot of lip service from the DOT. So it's probably going to be a letter that comes from the chairman and yourself, Joey. Because, you know, a lot of these folks are retired DOT workers that's working for these contractors, and everybody's looking out for one another, and that's all right. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But when these roads and these ditches are packed full of water, people can't get to their houses. So
Right.
whatever we got to try to do, it's not my district. I just drive down them. Commissioner Gillard has been giving me a nice stipend to keep a check on Melvin Lane for him. We got that thing finally done. So,
Yeah, you checking on mine too.
with those, whoever that district engineer is, and I think the letter coming from the chairman and yourself would probably be the best thing to have.
Commissioner Walden, if it's all right, what I'll do is get with Mr. Long and Commissioner Stevens and Commissioner Gilliard, we'll get that exact location, get Trent to draw it out on a little map for us, and then we'll send that little map attachment to the district engineer, and we can prepare that letter by next week to go to over there to Jessup.
Okay, well, I have met, Commissioner Stevens asked me to talk with the landowner where the ditch comes in behind the school bus barn. I met with him, we walked it, and it's just a matter of, you know, let's see what we're gonna do. We're gonna cut bait or fish.
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Walden, I appreciate your help on that also.
It ain't no problem. It's just something that needs to be done.
Announcements, Mr. Brown?
Real quickly, sir, just remember the mid-month, we got some, we'll recognize the retirees that have passed away at that time. The other thing, a little bit of good news is still Ms. McLaughlin's son there a little bit, don't tell her I did. Maybe she's not watching, but it's great news is that we received our sales tax check for last month, and it was in the neighborhood of $900,000.
Wow.
$1,000 high. Now, we'll
Wow.
be careful, she and I are a little skeptical.
Yeah.
You know, we don't get a request for a refund. The other side of that is we got our first T-Splosh check that came in. It was
Oh, did we?
over $700,000.
Was it?
Which is good. So that's some good news I'll leave you with tonight. Also to tell you that the notice to proceed date on the Head Start project is December the 17th. So we had a team meeting on that today, and that's moving forward too. And we will need, if you'll bring your calendars in December, we'll need to look at your calendaring for your planning sessions too, different days. And also a ribbon cutting for the fire station down at Islands. We've accepted that station. They're in the process of moving in. For the first time in Liberty County's history, you have 3 full-time staffed areas now
correct.
in
Wow.
Liberty County.
Wow, that is
Great.
That's good news.
That's kudos to y'all. I mean, y'all have worked hard on that.
One other thing, Joey, sometime this month, Mr. Chairman, we're gonna have to have the swearing-in ceremony.
We are, and I'm glad you brought that up. In checking with Judge Asselwall, she has to wait on certain documents to come from Atlanta that were delayed and had, as of last week, still had not been received because the official oaths have to be sent from there. We will have your bonding in place, all that spun up, so she knows that the desire is to try to do that at the mid-month meeting. If that's-
But if not, if they can't do it, then with Pat gone, now he just have to stay till the spring.
So we will have some more news on that that'll come to you before mid-month.
Okay.
We're in constant contact with her.
Yeah, I asked Joey to go ahead and reach out to her, because
Mr. Chairman,
What?
go ahead.
Yeah, and I've had some calls from, some of my guys at work. With Christmas, does the county get Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, Joey?
It gets, per the policy in which all discussed coming in this year, again, to reiterate, was a half a day Christmas Eve and then Christmas Day.
And what about New Year's Eve?
Not New Year's Eve.
Nothing?
Nothing on
So
New
just
Year's
half a
Eve.
day? Oh,
Yes, sir.
okay. I know in Hinesville, it used to be like a half a day Christmas Eve, half a day New Year's Eve, all day Christmas, and all day New Year. And that what they have done in some instances, they take the half a day New Year's Eve and just give the whole day Christmas Eve. And I didn't know. I guess they'll
Certainly
discuss
up to the
that at that
board,
meeting.
whatever the board wants to do in your policy, though. Certainly up to y'all.
Mr. Chair.
yes, sir.
Mr. Brown, can you give us a brief update on the COVID-19, Liberty County?
Ooh, you know, Commissioners, I didn't get to look at the numbers today.
I didn't either.
Yeah, I will tell you that we have 2 upper-level employees that are out right now, one because of a COVID relation, family member. The other is one that tested positive. In fact, yesterday, got the results back. So they're in quarantine. I do know that just simply from what that person was told, they didn't know where they picked it up, and the report that was given to them by the medical person they saw was we're seeing a lot of positive tests right now. So just, you know, I know we're going to reiterate that. I'll get a look at those numbers in the morning, Commissioner Stevens, and I'll look the same place you can look, which is on the DPH website, where you have the data and everything. It's great, and you can look at the number of cases per day and the new escalation.
But per.
And they're doing testing tomorrow, public health.
And they are doing testing.
Yes.
I'm going.
Joey,
Yes, sir.
Joey,
Yes, sir.
is Dr. Bowen still in the house?
Dr. Bowen is excused, sir.
He got a tree leaning.
I think he was going to check, I think he was going to do night rounds on his patients.
Well, I figured he was probably gonna be the one beating on my door, but, I just wanted to let him know and the board know, I am not contagious, and I don't know that I have been in contact with anybody. It was just a, kind of a family thing, and you can express that to some of the ones that's there. I talked with Commissioner Gillard about it, but, another thing is Commissioner Gillard and I are working on a project along with Commissioner Bowen, and I just want to make sure before the night closed that we had those funds transferred in the right direction, if you haven't done that for us.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, we've already, in fact, we met.
Y'all already taken care of that?
Yes, sir, we have. We've already got them obligated for that project and noted in the sales tax program.
And
Okay,
Eddie,
thank you.
Eddie, I talked to the engineer, and he's gonna try to have that on the agenda on the 17th.
Commissioner Walden,
Okay.
it should be, if you didn't hear, it should be on the agenda for the 17th, hopefully.
Okay, all right, that's fine. And excuse me, the rest of the board, for not being there. I'll explain at a later date.
No explanation needed, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do what it takes to stay safe. Christmas parade is Friday?
And also, I apologize for not being there, and I will also explain that at a later date.
Commissioner Frazier.
Yes, sir, I plan to be in
Well,
the parade.
My daddy always told me to look out for number 1 and don't forget what my number is.
You don't have to.
I don't have a problem if I'm there. Just let me know where to get the
Okay.
car.
All right,
Yeah.
we'll work it out.
I think we've actually got 3 slots held in there, didn't we? For Commissioner Stevenson, we hold a slot. Maria was telling me, and I can double check tomorrow.
Okay.
That you had might indicated okay, and it's okay if you don't. And then, the spot for the county coroner, I believe Commissioner Frazier.
He's gonna drive.
Yes, sir.
So
We're gonna
you're gonna
make
let us know about the car? We're,
We will. We're gonna make a strong attempt to, put some lights on it, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, but are we gonna meet over there, or you want me to meet here and get in the
Probably
car
here.
and drive over there?
It's probably, I think the parade, Leah sent me that the other day, so the parade route comes through, it ends actually, at.
Right at the circle?
At,
I think it's right at the
Yeah,
circle.
I think it is,
Doesn't
I
go
think it's in
back.
the traffic circle, yes,
I
sir,
think
so you'll be close to be able to get back over here.
So we're gonna meet up here at 6?
That'd be
Six is
good.
probably too late. Almost.
Yeah, I think you gotta be around there, I think you gotta be around there, I'll get all the details.
Okay, just
But I think it starts
email.
at 6:30, and we'll send
Yes.
out, I'll get Maria to send the exact details, the meeting location, everything, it'll be ready for you.
And I don't mind driving.
Did you give a date on the
John, he.
ribbon cutting for the fire station?
No, sir, I wanted y'all to check schedules, so we could do that in the mid-month, if that's okay, set a date, okay?
That's okay.
And we
Okay.
can set it for what, January or December?
Oh,
no,
for
not.
January. if
not
that's-
January.
Yes, sir, I think it'll take them December to get settled in and get everything done down there, if that's okay.
All right. That's all for the good order?
Yes,
Any
sir.
motion to adjourn? Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioner Walden and Frazier.
Thank you, guys, be safe.
Thank you.